Chapter 12 The River Narmada. Before we read, Narmada is the fifth longest river that flows in the Indian subcontinent. It originates from the Amarkantak Plateau and merges into the Arabian Sea. It is believed to be older than the Himalayan rivers. People believe that the rocks it flows over are so old that they were there when dinosaurs walked on the earth. Today, Narmada is known all over the world for the large dams that are to be built across it. Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri, and Narmada are the five holy rivers of India. It is believed that just the sight of the river cleanses one of all sins. Narmada is a Sanskrit word meaning the giver of pleasure. The river is also known as the lifeline of Madhya Pradesh of its huge contribution in the development of the state. It originates from an open pool known as Narmada Kund on the top of Amarkantak, the highest peak of the Maikal mountain in eastern Madhya Pradesh. The river flows through the states of Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat. It covers a distance of about 1,312 kilometers between the Vindhya and the Satpura ranges before merging into the Arabian Sea. In ancient India, people thought of river as female gods, and many stories grew around these rivers. Here is one such story about how Narmada was born. Once, there was a severe drought throughout the country. All the rivers, lakes, ponds, and wells went dry. The earth became parched and the trees withered. Birds, animals, and people wandered in search of water, and many of them died of thirst. The gods looked down from the heaven, their hearts filled with compassion when they saw the suffering of all living beings on earth. They went to Lord Shiva, who was meditating until then on the peaks of the Amarkantak. "Have mercy on them, O Lord." They prayed to him with folded hands. "Please do something to quench the thirst of the earthly beings." Shiva nodded in answer. That sign the gods knew would work wonders. They went back happily, and Shiva also went back into meditation. He meditated so long and so hard that his body began to heat up. It became so hot that he began to perspire. Rivers of water streamed down his body and down the mountain side deep into the valleys below. Lord Shiva looked down from the mountain top and saw the stream flowing down the mountain. He was so delighted at the sight that he blessed the sparkling stream. "You will be sacred and flow forever. I name you Narmada, bringer of hope." And that is how the river came into existence. Narmada flows through the hills, dancing and leaping. The Adivasi tribes and first settlers living along the riverside sing songs about the way Narmada moves and about its changing moods, how calm it can be and angry at times. The forests along the banks of Narmada were once home to several species of wild animals: wolves, leopards, bears, pangolin, hyenas, flying squirrels, black bucks, cheetahs, and tigers were in abundance in these forests. But people started cutting trees year after year, and soon most animals lost their habitat and moved away. Some of them died out, and only a few deer and leopards and crocodiles and monitor lizards, which bask lazily on the rocks along the river, were left. Today, the wildlife of this region is protected in various national parks. The most famous amongst them is the vast Kanha National Park. Animals like tigers, deers of various kinds, langurs, wild boars, jackals, sloth bears, and panthers roam the forests without fear of being hunted. There are many rare species of birds in the park, such as the jungle fowl and a grey and painted partridge. A scheme known as Project Tiger has been set up at Kanha National Park to conserve India's tiger species. In 1974, the park was declared a tiger reserve to breed and protect the species. Many Adivasis still live in the forests and villages close to Narmada. They depend on these forests for their livelihood. Their ways of life are inseparable from the river and the forests. Their stories, their songs, beliefs and customs are bound up with the forests, which are in danger of disappearing. If this happens, the tribal will lose their way of life. Narmada has always belonged to them, and they to the river. But for how long will this be? The river that was born to bring water and life back to a dying land is now being called on the same mission. Its course will be changed so that it flows into remote regions of Gujarat and Rajasthan, where there is little rainfall, no big rivers, and where water is always scarce. The two states have planned to move vast quantities of the river water into dry, thirsty regions in order to irrigate farmlands and to generate electricity to light up large number of houses. To carry out their plans, an agency known as the Narmada Valley Authority has been set up. The task of the Narmada Valley Authority is to build dams at various places on the river Narmada, and the project is called the Narmada Valley Project. The work began in 1990 and is to be completed by 2040. The plan is to build about 30 large dams, 135 middle-sized dams, and 3,000 smaller dams across the river over a period of 50 years. The biggest of these dams is the Sardar Sarovar Dam, at a site between the towns of Bharuch and Vadodara. The dam is intended to supply water to nearly 2 million hectares of farmland. This is perhaps the largest damming project ever planned. It is thus a subject of discussion as well as a matter of controversy among experts in various fields from all over the world. It is a major project. Will it do good, or it will do more harm than good? We will have to wait and see, some experts say. As we wait, however, we can see the face of tragedy. The dams will almost certainly wash away the homes of 1 million people who live on the banks of the river. The pressure of water from so many large dams may also lead to earthquakes in areas which are already earthquake-prone. There are several questions lying before us. Are big dams more damaging than useful? Are there alternative way of providing water for drinking and farming? Is water the only source of electricity? Will those who lose their homes be given land somewhere else in their homeland? These questions have troubled large groups of people such as social workers, environmentalists, writers, and artists from all over the country. They have joined the Adivasi people living around the river valley in their struggle to save Narmada and the land it flows through. They have set up a number of movements such as the Narmada Bachao Andolan or the Save Narmada movement, led by Medha Patkar, the well-known environmentalist, and many other social activists. At the heart of these movements is the belief that when we bring hope to some regions, we must not bring sorrows to others. Glossary: holy, sacred, blessed, contributions, shares, originates, comes out from, merging, mingling, joining, severe, terrible, intense, drought, dryness, parched, became hot and dry, withered, shriveled, compassion, pity, mercy, quench, satisfy, perspire, sweat, pangolian, scaly entator found in Asia and Africa, in abundance, plenty, bask, relax in warm sunshine, protected, secured, roam, wander, livelihood, means of living, income, remote, far flung area which is difficult to reach, scare, short in supply, controversy, dispute, tragedy, disaster, calamity, belief, thought,